What is a good thing happening in the US right now that people aren't aware of? Story time. 1. We've discovered a drug that places a significant pause on multiple sclerosis progression and are in trials for what could very well be the cure. 2. Not only MS, but potentially all autoimmune disease, including Crohn's, T1 diabetes, arthritis, Lyme, and even allergies. 3. There's a guy in my hometown who hides thousands of dollars outside a children's rehab center, then calls the front desk and they have a little scavenger hunt until they find it. They then use the money to help families buy holiday gifts. No one knows who he is, but over the years, he's given over $100,000. It's usually front page news when the year's donation comes in. 4. And you're telling me this guy isn't even filming it and making the front desk people express their gratitude on camera for the sake of clout and turning a profit? The nerve of some people. 5. A judge in NJ or PA got tired of sending juveniles in his court into the system, which often turned them to more criminal behavior, and decided to partner with a nonprofit and Sony educators to organize a school with trade hands-on learning opportunities with practical applications, apprenticeships, and other innovative elements. This model attracted top educators plus professionals with innovative teaching methods, and soon the students were performing, learning, plus 90% going on to college or other advanced schools. This began to get the attention of educators, schools who began to refer troubled teens with potential until there were no spots left. Soon it was a thriving alternative model with a wait list, attracting volunteers, resources, donors, educators, etc. All BC of a need seen by a motivated judge and an innovative solution that bloomed. This is the type of program that deserves study, expansion, resources plus sponsorship. Makes you want to see it adopted by the Gates or other nonprofit foundation, developed for broader use, and adapted to local needs elsewhere in the country. 6. There is a new treatment for my brain cancer. There have been no advancements in like 40 years. I should be able to take it next year and it will hopefully delay my tumor growth. It's pretty exciting. I have done 2 clinical trials. One did not pan out. The other one they won't have the information for probably another 6 to 10 years. 7. I'm expecting an update from you in 10 years. Don't let me down. 8. Sure thing. It's been just over 9 years for me and my doctor sounded the most positive I've ever seen her. 9. The sea stars on the west coast are returning after suffering a wasting disease a few years back. 10. As a former marine biologist and echinoderm lover, this makes me happy. 11. This has been making news for the last few years but still fun to share. River otters are returning to their natural habitats. They were almost wiped out across the US and Canada because of pollution, for trading and development driving them out of their natural habitats. But thanks to efforts to clean up waterways and reintroduce the otters, they seem to be thriving and cropping up all over the country. In my city, Chicago, they were even spotted in the river last year and hadn't been seen there for decades. Edit. I find it utterly delightful that everyone is commenting with their otter sightings. Please continue. 12. The IRS is testing a program in 2024 that will let most people file their taxes for free right at their website. So that should save people a little cash this spring. 13. I'm really hoping this works well. It's been talked about for a while. Hopefully by 2025 it will eliminate some of the people that are hoping to die in their positions instead of letting others take over and implement forward-moving changes within the IRS. I still stand by my belief that we should handle our taxes much like other countries do. They should just tell us what we owe and we pay it. Or better still, take out the correct amount and then we don't have to play a guessing game. FFS. 14. A breast cancer vaccine is in early clinical trials. 15. My mother-in-law is in this trial right now. Saved her life, it's working. 16. Oh Jesus, that makes me so happy. 17. After some really scary news in the late 00s, bee populations have been steadily on the rebound. 18. This news makes me super happy. We need bees. 19. We're killing cancer. Look at cancer survival rates over the last 5 years. 20. Yes. My daughter is currently in remission from an extremely aggressive type of cancer. All the scientific papers even from a few years ago called the prognosis grim and basically unsurvivable. She currently has a solid chance of survival. I am so thankful this didn't happen 5 years earlier. 21. Because of Mark Cuban, extremely cheap online pharmacy where you can get your prescription drugs for fractions of what major retailers like CVS or Walgreens sell them for. Now CVS is beginning to switch to this model, so hopefully cheaper medicine for everybody will increasingly become a reality. 22. Brew. You have got to be kidding me. I just looked it up and used the link you Carpal DM posted, and I was able to see they have a medicine that I was prescribed over a month ago and my insurance refused to cover, and Walgreens wanted close to $400 for a 30-day supply. Cuban has it for $22 for the monthly supply. Thank you so much. Faith in humanity slowly being restored. 23. Every year in Atlanta and surrounding areas, Clark Howard and affiliates raise donations to give literally every single kid in foster care gifts of their choosing for Christmas morning. They make the quota every year, and participating in it is a Christmas tradition at my house. Google Clark's Christmas Kids and give what you can. 24. Beekeeping and wildflower yards. Many folks are starting to actually do something to stave off ecosystem collapse by keeping honeybees and ditching yards for wildflowers and green spaces. 25. Despite everyone stuck on their phones all day, outdoor recreation has been trending up, which means people are enjoying all the great nature the USA has to offer. 26. Up from 2022? Or up from 2019? Because the pandemic kinda skewed a lot of data. 27. One of the accounts I follow on Instagram just did a fundraiser to pay down medical debt around the country. RIP Medical Debt does what typical debt collections companies do and buys medical debt for pennies on the dollar. But instead of trying to still collect on it, they just forgive it. We raised over $1 million in a week, and it is going to completely forgive over $100 million in medical debt. It's a pittance compared to what's owed overall, and the health care system overall is a whole other thing, but it's going to change thousands of people's lives, and I think that's amazing. 28. Can we have more of these types of posts, please? 29. I'm so used to doom scrolling that I didn't realize how desperately deprived I was of whatever dopamine you could get from good news, but these comments woke it up. Thank you, everyone. 30. As of 2020, teen pregnancy in the US is down 75% from its 1991 peak. 31. Detroit is supposedly making a comeback. 32. Can confirm. Certain areas are for real pretty nice and a lot of hip businesses have popped up. It's still a very weird city. You have a gorgeous church or historical venue and 2 doors down, a burned-out building. The blight is diminishing though, and it's good to see. 33. Lowest crime in 60 years. Downtown Detroit is having a moment right now. 34. Street. Paul received $1 million as some kind of stimulus package to do what they want, however they think it will help their economy. They've partnered with RIP Debt, and they are buying something like $100 million in debt, pennies on the dollar, and forgiving it. This gives real people real relief. They can maybe spend a bit more in their area and increase that economy and so on. It's a wonderful thing. I hope it catches on and other cities do this. 35. Wolf populations are finally growing again in places that haven't had any healthy pack numbers in a long time. Colorado and North Carolina specifically. Wolves are essential to healthy ecosystems and biodiversity, particularly as it pertains to ungulate populations. My favorite part of this is that while Colorado politicians were going back and forth on whether or not to reintroduce them, a pack from Wyoming said, "Fuck the bureaucracy," and moved into the Yampa Valley on their own accord. 36. One of my students was having a very bad day and another rather popular student walked up to them and gave them a big hug. Dude responded, "You have no idea how much I needed that. The kids are all right." 37. 30-hour workweek pilot programs. The results, same production if not better. Happier employees. What? A shocker. 38. Love to hear it, but I just know that my workplace won't be the one to implement it. 39. A new bill moving through Congress appropriately named, "And Hedge Funds Control of American Homes Act." The title is fairly self-explanatory. It seeks to prohibit corporate investments in single-family homes. Whether this is practical and realistic or political theater is yet to be determined. But either way, I applaud the effort. 40. I would like to announce that I have folded and put away all of the laundry this week. I see that as a win for all of humanity.